everyone, and welcome to another episode of Monkey Around Reviews. Today, we're taking a look at the Prekiar 3D printed moonlight. This moonlight is 5.9 inches in diameter. It's USB rechargeable. It takes about a 1 to 2 hour charge and gives you about 8 hours of use. It's got an LED light inside of it that produces 16 colors and is all changeable by a wireless remote control. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what comes with it. So the first thing we do is we take off this top, and there is some bubble wrap with the light inside of it. So this is PLA plastic that's been 3D printed, and it's got bumps and grooves to give you the look and feel of the moon's surface. On the bottom here there is a small port that is for the charging plug. It's just the only thing that you can see on here. We're going to set that down right here, and it's going to roll a little bit. Remote control that has all the color selections. It also has flash, strobe, fade, and smooth, so you can do transitions between colors, on and off, and a brightness control. The USB to little DC plug here for the charging. So you'll plug this into the bottom of the light and then plug this into a USB to power adapter or into your laptop to charge this for the 1 to 2 hours. What else we got in here? Instruction manual. A shoelace of some sort. Another one. And then 3 pieces of wood, and these will be put together to make the stand. And that is all that's in this box. So the stand itself should be as simple as just pushing these pieces in together. And that's it. So those 3 pieces of wood go in. We can lay this right here, and then we'll take this ball and we can place it right on top, and then there is the moon on its stand so it doesn't want to roll around. You can still access the charging port from underneath while it's in the stand, so that's nice since it's a ball and you can't really have it sit down without rolling when you're wanting to charge it. This gives it a nice little elevated raise. I do not know what these blue strands are for. Let's take a look here in the instruction manual and see if it says. It does not list what those strings are for. So there are different ways that you can use this light. You can use the remote control, which goes through the 16 different colors and the functions, or this charging port is also a button. Now as we see, I'm touching it and nothing's happening because the battery in here needs to be charged. There is no charge on this battery when it arrives. So I'm going to go charge this for a couple of hours, and then we'll come back and we'll see how this works. Be right back. Alright, so welcome back. So we've charged up the light, and while I was charging, I did some more research, and then I also played around with this once I unplugged it, and I found out that some of the information that I thought is not exactly correct. The remote control works. I can hit the power button and it comes on, and I can cycle through colors. There's your red, your green, your blue, here's an orange, here's a cyan, here's a pink, and that's all in here. You can also hit the button like flash, and it's going to jump around the colors. You can hit strobe, and to me strobe is more of a fade. As you see, it's coming in gradually and then it's going to go back out and then back in with another color. Now if I hit fade, it's starting at green and also fading in and out, but it's doing it faster. And then if I hit smooth, it's more of a jumping. So I think that the buttons on here don't correlate to what it's actually doing. Everything it does is one of the buttons, but I think they might be in a different order. So that's the remote control. You can actually hit off and on with it as well. Let me just choose red, and these buttons actually let you dim the light down and bring it back up. So that's a nice little feature here as well. If it's too bright in the room, you can turn it down. So that's one of the ways you can do it. The other way is, it says tapping. Now I have not found a way for the tapping on this to work. As you see, I'm tapping, 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 nothing happens. Even if I turn this on here, tapping doesn't do anything. So I don't think tapping does anything on this light. Turn it back off the remote. But this is a button down here where the charging port is. There's a little piece of metal. So this is a power button, and it also lets you cycle through the colors. So if you hit it once, it should come on, and you can actually cycle through the colors, and there's 8 of them, as you can see. One of the other features that's with this hold down here is when you turn it on, if you just want to turn it off, you can hold your finger on it for a few seconds, and it turns off. Now the instruction manuals say that this button will also let you fade it up and down, and I have not seen how it can do that. So the instruction manual does give you some basic information, but not all of it matches what this actual light can do. So I'm not sure if this is for a different model of this light or if there's just some inconsistencies in there. But the light does work. Like I said, we can just touch the button and it comes on, or we can use the remote to turn it on and off as well. So one of the other things that I like about this is you can plug it in. It will give you a little blue light here that shows that it's plugged in and charging, but this will still work while it's plugged in. So you can leave it plugged in permanently and use it as a nightlight on a counter. Just have it plugged in through USB right into there, and you're good to go, and you have the remote to control it. And then you can still unplug it and then walk away with it as a just a moonlight in your hand. One last thing I'd like to mention about this moonlight is it does remember its last used color when you're using the remote. So if I turn this on, it's white because that was the last one we just used. So I will choose cyan. We will turn this off. We'll wait a couple of seconds here, and when I turn it back on, it's cyan again. So that's really nice that if you have a color that you like, or it's matching something in the room, or your kids have a favorite color that they always want to have, then it'll remember where you left it, so you don't have to keep searching for it each time, as long as you use the remote. If you use the button on the bottom, it doesn't work the same way. So we'll turn it off. When we turn it back on, it always starts at red. So once again, this has been Monkeying Around Reviews with the Prekiar 3D printed moonlight. If you've used one of these before, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe.